Okay, so the Eagles officially released all the new coaching staff hires, which is good news for the defense and the offense. Meanwhile, Howie Roseman continues to work the cap. Zack Baun's numbers came out and it is ridiculous. So much to break down, including the Eagles' latest signing and what Jason Kelce said about an Eagle who's trying to prove himself. Plus, go over some NFC East news, Dak Prescott being traded, and so much more. But first, you got to answer this question. You have a 12-hour flight. Where are you sitting? There's literally no wrong answer. Each option is going to have some good conversation and a fun time. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. We are 27 days away from the NFL draft. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So let's take a look at just exactly how good last year's first-round draft pick Quinyon Mitchell was in 2024 with 27 days left. Quinyon Mitchell in 19 games, 48 catches allowed, a 79.2 coverage grade, 502 total yards allowed, 15 forced incompletions, 10 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions. Mind you, sometimes he was locking up so much, quarterbacks didn't even target him. That's elite level first round rookie play. So the 2025 draftee has a lot to live up to, no matter what position he plays. And although we've been talking about all the prospects brought in to Philadelphia via the top 30 visit, Malachi Starks is still one of my favorite prospects. I think right now, even though I love Walter Nolan, if the Eagles draft him, this young secondary is going to be ridiculous. Oh, by the way, yesterday, I dropped a Walter Nolan video. If you missed it, go check it out after this. Moving on to Howie Roseman being Howie Roseman, continuing to crush the offseason. I know, a lot of people are going to say we're just bargain shopping, but it's worked in the past with this coaching staff, so why can't it work again? Especially because we still got the big dogs in the core here. The best offseason signing was retaining all-pro linebacker Zack Baun, and his cap numbers officially just came out. This year, 2025, his cap hit is only $4.3 million. In 2026, $7.5 million. And in 2027, it's $11.7 million. But we can cut and save $2 million in cap space. That's if it's before June 1st of that offseason. If it's after, it's a saving of $5.4 million. Beautifully done by Howie Roseman. And of course, there are some voided years. I think it goes all the way up to 2030, but an extension in the 2027 season, depending on how he plays, could change all that. Howie Roseman knows what he's doing for the present and the future. It also was reported today that Azeez Ojulari has a cap hit of just $1.6 million in 2025. And all of the other free agents that we signed, I think it's up to 10 now, including the guy we just signed today, which we will be talking about in a little. However, the 10 free agent signings, all one-year deals, averaging around 1.3 mil. So that still leaves the Eagles around 22 mil in cap space. Now, we do have to sign all our draft picks, probably around 8 or 9 million. That still leaves some opportunity for this roster to get better before the draft or definitely after the draft. Let Howie Roseman see how we come out of it. And then if we need a strike here, there, offense, defense, make a trade, Howie will get down to business. Meanwhile, the NFL Association will be voting on whether or not to ban the brotherly shove, as the league likes to call it, the tush push. And according to Diana Rusani, what she said she's hearing, and I quote, "I feel like it's getting more momentum in terms of those opposed to it than I ever heard before." They really only hate this play because the Eagles do it so well, and Jalen Hurts does it so well, and it helps his rushing stats, and people don't like it. Most of the teams trying to ban it attempt this a lot. They're just not as good as we are. But I'm going to continue to say this. If it does get banned, the Eagles are just going to go back to the regular quarterback sneak with one of the best offensive lines and the strongest quarterback in the game, while mixing it up by just handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley. At the end of the day, the Eagles are still going to be the best short yardage team in the NFL, no matter what they try to do. Now, before we get to the Eagles' new signing today, and what it means for a guy trying to prove himself. We also talk about some NFC East news, Giants' new quarterback, Cowboys possibly trading Dak. Plus, the Eagles officially released all their new hires for the coaching staff. And you gotta hear this heartfelt message from AJ Brown to his son. But first, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Raycon, with their everyday headphones. Does anybody else feel like March is just madness? So many distractions, so many interruptions from all your goals you set to start 2025. It's hard to tune out. But with the everyday headphones by Raycon, it's definitely easier to tune out the noise, the chaos, and focus on what matters the most. Some of the things I love most about Raycon's everyday headphones, besides how comfortable they are, is their hybrid active noise cancellation. You put this thing on, whether it's loud crowds, people at the gym, other music, you could barely hear it. But you know when you get that friend that taps you on the shoulder and says, "What you listen to?" You don't got to take your headphones off. You can just turn it to the side. I love this function. Another thing I don't like about other headphones is they say the battery's long lasting, but not like Raycon. They say, and it is, over 38 hours. And if it does die, 15 minutes on the charger will give you a quick 2 hours of use. So between the active noise cancellation that's top notch, they got an awareness mode so you can protect yourself while you're on the go with it. 38 hours of battery life, all day comfort. There's no reason why you shouldn't go try out Raycon. Plus, they give a 30-day guarantee. If you don't like it, which I know you will, you can get your money back, no questions asked. So if you want to experience premium sound wherever you go, head to buyraycon.com/PhillyMike25 to get 25% off Raycon's best-selling everyday headphones. Don't miss out. The link is in the description and the pinned comment section. Once again, head to buyraycon.com/PhillyMike25. I got my headphones. Go get yours. One more quick look how these bad boys get down. And again, these things are soft like a pillow. So today, the Eagles officially released the coaching staff changes. Let's start with the promotions. As we all know, Kevin Patula is the offensive coordinator, and Tyler Yelk is now the new defensive assistant. As for the new hires on offense, which could mean new ideas, Park Frazier, passing game coordinator, Scott Leffler, quarterback coach, Greg Alston, assistant offensive line coach, Montgomery Van Gorder, offensive quality control, and Cole Peterson, assistant to the head coach. So the Eagles retain all their defensive coaches. That unit is only going to get stronger. As for the offense, like I said, there's going to be new ideas, but Kevin Patula has been around Jalen Hurts and all the systems. I'm talking about Shane Steichen, Brian Johnson, and Kellen Moore. So if there ever was going to be consistency for Jalen Hurts while changing coordinators, this might be the year. As for the Eagles' latest signing, a former Eagle drafted in 2018, Matt Pryor, signs a one-year deal with Philadelphia. Now, granted, this ain't no big signing, it's just more depth for the offensive line. However, this is now the third offensive line signing since the offseason. Guys who can move around, play tackle, guard. Plus, more than half of the 11 top 30 visits thus far have been offensive linemen. Some people are starting to worry about the confidence the Eagles have in right guard Tyler Steen, including Jason Kelce, who said this, I quote, "I would like to see him be a little bit more consistent. He's very good at times, and other times he'll get a little bit out of balance or he'll get beat. But he's a good player and somebody I certainly am happy going into a season playing." So Kelsey's worried about the consistency, although he does see upside, as did Jeff Stoutland, who loved this guy out of Alabama. He was slated to be the starting right guard last year until he got hurt, and Mekhi Becton just shined with the tutelage of Jeff Stoutland. Plus, we saw him come in multiple spot starts. He played a large portion of the Bengals game and did very well. Again, Matt Pryor, Kendall Lamb, even Kenyon Green, who we got in the CJ Garner-Johnson trade. Mind you, he's a left guard. These guys are here for depth. Last year, when Lane Johnson or Jordan Mailata got hurt, Fred Johnson filled in. That's Kendall Lamb's position, or maybe Matt Pryor. When Becton got hurt, Tyler Steen filled in. That's going to be Kenyon Green or Matt Pryor. Shoot, we saw Cam Jurgens missed time, and Landon Dickerson get hurt. Now, they both came back in the Super Bowl and played their butts off, but we need depth for spot starts. And Matt Pryor knows our system, knows Jeff Stoutland, and look at his snaps total in his career since 2018. 427 snaps at left tackle, 107 snaps at left guard, 1,570 snaps at right guard, and 718 snaps at right tackle. He's the good guy to have in case you need a backup for a game or two. Switching gears to a rule change I absolutely don't like. It's on kick returns. Now they're saying the touchback, instead of being at the 30-yard line, it's going to move up to the 35. That means a 15-yard play and they're at midfield already. If anything, it should be going back so people return kicks to try to see where they can get. Whoever's kicking for the Eagles, if this rule does go through, is going to need to place the ball at the 2 or 3 yard line so we can force these guys to bring it out, especially with how good our special teams was at forcing fumbles. Regardless, I don't like that rule. It went from the 25 to the 30, now to the 35. A couple years later, people will be starting to drive at midfield. Moving on to the NFC East news, as we all know, the Giants signed Russell Wilson. That doesn't really worry me. Is he better than what they had for a while? Yes, but we've seen Russell Wilson play for the Broncos post-Seattle and the Steelers post-Seattle, and he hasn't been the same. I will say this, though. It is cool that the NFC East made history for the first division with 4 black starting quarterbacks. However, one of them could be on its way out due to this recent rumor.
Get ready for this one. I got a pretty darn good source within the Browns organization. Couple. I heard since our last show that part of the reason Myles Garrett was so willing to sign this extension for contract, money. The Browns are negotiating as we speak with the Dallas Cowboys for a trade for Dak Prescott. And Garrett got all giddy about it. Why, I don't know. We're not going anywhere with Prescott, even if they pull it off. Newsom's part of it, and draft picks.
He continued to say it's not guaranteed, but if it happens, you know where you heard it first. At the end of the day, I don't want the Cowboys to trade Dak. I like him there losing like he's been. However, there has been talk about them trying to trade up for Shedeur Sanders. I don't know how I feel about that either. Regardless, the Cowboys are going to do Cowboys things and lose. Now, a lot of people, Cowboy fans, saying this is absolutely not real. Maybe it's not. Dak does have a no trade clause, but that means he will just have to okay the trade. Maybe he's fed up with Dallas. I don't know. He got the extension. If the Browns want to take on that money, cool. Does he think the Browns defense is better than the Cowboys? I don't know, and I don't care. It is funny, though, to see the Cowboy fans scrambling around after this rumor while the Eagles are sitting with a Super Bowl and our quarterback is Gucci. Lastly, listen to this heartfelt recording A.J. Brown did talking to his son.
Hey, Junior, you want to play baseball?
Yeah.
Huh? Junior,
What?
you want to play baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to go to the big leagues?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That mean you got to go to baseball school, okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Tell Mama you're going to see her later.
Hey,
You're going to be baseball all your life. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt to be great. So it's going to be okay, though. You understand?
Yeah.
You got to grind for it. That's your first lesson. You understand? It's going to hurt. It hurt to be great, son. She going to be there for lunch or dinner. All right?
Yeah.
Be homeschooling. No parties, no girls, no friends, no nothing. But just baseball. You got it?
None.
You got it?
None.
Okay. Tell Mom you see her later. Hey, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, son. It's gonna hurt. You gonna pay. Hey, it's gonna pay off though. All right. All right. Man up. You a man?
Yeah.
It's gonna help you feed your family. You understand?
Yeah.
Only way you get my check, you gotta get to the bigs. All right, man. Go ahead.
He was just messing with him. I gotta love it. As a father myself with a son, I do the same thing. Yesterday was opening day, so they are probably hype. MLB is important to AJ Brown. He could have went pro for baseball, according to a couple podcasts. At the end of the day, winning mindset with his kids on the field. You gotta love and respect AJ Brown. Go check out the link in the description and or the pinned comment section. Get your Raycon headphones. I promise you, you won't regret it. Plus, if you don't want it, 30-day money back guarantee, but you will love them headphones. Get 25% off with my link. Comment below anything you thought about as you watch this video. I absolutely love hearing from y'all. Y'all inspire new videos. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll catch y'all later. We out.